Ciao, buonasera a tutti. Forza Roma sempre. And boys, how are we feeling after the derby win?
Amazing.
Yeah, it
Just
was
one word.
so good. Yes,
Man,
so
I
good
think,
after a derby win.
yeah, I think the whole world starts to feel better. Your coffee tastes better. The weather becomes nice. People around you are nice. You become nice to them. I think that is what the derby does to you, a derby win, man. But yeah, to everyone watching, we are Roma India, a few members यहाँ पे है हम लोग के from all parts of India actually. So in case you're new, I will allow everyone to give an introduction, starting with Ganesh. Ganesh, if you could just tell everyone watching, where you are from, when did you start supporting Roma, and just what Roma means to you.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I'm from Chennai, so I started watching football actually after my plus two, probably. So my cousin was a diehard Italy fan. So just then I just came to know it was around 2004 and 5 in those time. So he was just following few, the golden generation of footballers like
Yes,
Beckham, Ronaldinho, and Totti. So he had his Google or YouTube name Totti in added to his name. I was just wondering what this name is all about, and he said he's a football player. Maybe you can just give a try going to YouTube and see videos, and just started watching his videos, and yeah, and started following him, worshipping, and also alongside I also watch videos from Ronaldinho, Messi, but I don't know why I just fall in love how Totti plays uh,
fair,
during his
fair.
time. That was his prime time with Italy as well as AS Roma, and then just I started following Francesco
Nice,
Totti. And yeah,
nice,
that's
nice.
how I started following him, and that's I slowly became a Roma fan. I started following the league, uh, like after the 2006 World Cup win, and also I just started stepping into my college, and also even I don't have much resource to watch TV and follow the league, but I usually follow the football matches and leagues during the during those years. So yeah, that's how I became Roma fan, and it's all because of Totti. And yeah, we have had many uh, great coaches, players during those years, all ups and downs. And being a Roma fan, it takes a lot of
More downs
uh,
than ups.
more downs and ups, and it's always a roller coaster ride.
It
We
is. It is
always
a roller
accept
coaster.
a good environment, good mindset, good vibe, but yeah, that's how Roma is, and we all love. We get used
Absolutely,
to it, and we all love that. Yeah, that's it from me.
absolutely. So that is चेन्नई sorted. And आप लोग ने पहले सिद्धार्थ को तो देखा रहेगा. सिद्धार्थ आते रहता है. He is from Mumbai. And Sid, तेरे लिए मेरे को, I want to start with this comment only, and you can give a response that you want. Ravi bhai saying heartbreaking loss for Lazio. They were much better.
They were like their player who got sent off in the 95th minute.
Yeah, yeah,
The first name of
Castellanos.
that player. Their
Yeah,
first name
oh,
of that
Danny.
player.
Good one, good one, good one. But yeah, Sid is from Mumbai, and of course, we played together as Roma India. We've played in some tournaments, and unlike the club, we've actually won some tournaments here. As Roma India. So, Sid,
Hey,
what was
we
the?
want Conference League, man.
Yeah, yeah, we did. Of course, we won the Conference League, but
That was inspired from Arvin.
from our win, because in our tournament we were facing the fan clubs of Juve, Inter, Milan, Napoli also eventually. So yeah, in fact, I don't know if you guys know, but the first time when we played, we were 3-0 down against Juve, and we came back to draw the game 3-all, and had the game just gone on for some more time, we would have actually won that game. But yeah, I mean, I think that's something we can speak about some other day. But how was the feeling last night, man? I mean, um, not a lot of people gave us any hope apart from us, Romanisti. We were very hopeful that being a technical home fixture, Ranieri, just the mood around the derby. But the whole of the media basically were pipping Lazio as favorites, and at least Lazio to even keep a clean sheet. So how did you feel after that blitzkrieg of a start, like 18 minutes, two goals?
So initially, when the lineups came out and we saw Pellegrini's name in it, I was like, this guy's gonna do something tonight. And I had
Mhm.
that feeling when he played in the Europa League as well. But then he against Milan, he didn't do that well. So he's still having a mixed form in terms of his gameplay. But I think he's still finding his feet. His shooting boots are still coming on, and he'll
Right.
keep on scoring. So that was the inclusion that really was a spark for me because starting the game against Lazio, who's fourth in the table, I think, and in such an important game, the derby, and representing the team as a captain in that game when you've
Yeah.
not been in favor for such a long time, that was a big statement. And that's where the positivity came in. Like Pellegrini starting, Dybala starting. So all your big players were playing that game. And as soon as the first goal went in, oh man, I was like, आज तो नहीं हारेगा Roma.
And yeah, I mean, what a way to respond. Like Pellegrini, over the last 10 days has been linked with an exit to Inter, to Napoli, who all, and everyone was like कि हाँ शायद पेलेग्रिनी अगर रोमा से निकले उसके लिए बेटर है because वो toxicity वगैरह सब ये करेगा. And what a way to respond to your critics and everybody, man. Like what a fantastic goal. And I think this is the third goal he scored in the derby. Do you remember the first two ones?
First was one was back heel, I think. I remember that
Backheel,
one,
yeah.
and one was from a
Backheel, yeah.
free kick. One was from a free
Oh
kick, I
yes.
think, direct free kick.
Oh yes, yes. Spot on, spot on. Ball
I,
knowledge is.
he scored all great goals, huh, for Roma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Against
Yeah,
Lazio, though, definitely. Yeah. I mean, uh, I think there is that extra motivation when you are like, Romano, from the academy, from, you know, the side of the city which is so heavily Roma centric. It just means a lot. But yeah, moving on, we have also Ratul who's joined us, and Afir. Afir, if you could just introduce yourself and a few words of where you're from and how you became a Roma fan.
Uh, so you all know me from our group chat. John Locke, me. Uh, I was a late comer to football.
Yes, yes.
So I think 2016, I my father used to be a big time Azzurri fan
Mm.
from 1982, if I remember correctly. He used to
Oh
watch
yes.
Italy, so I think I got this kind of something, a Italy love from him, and I eventually I got to Totti and I started watching some Roma matches,
Mhm.
and things fell into place. I just became a Roma fan. I
Amazing.
mm, amazing. Just I don't regularly watch football, just sometimes, but since COVID, I used to watch so often. I'm from Kerala, Malappuram, the
Which,
land of
which is which itself has got a very strong football culture within
yes, yes,
Malappuram and Kerala.
yes, sevens football,
Yes,
the
yes.
big big thing here.
Yep,
Uh,
yep. So I think this is a very common link, right? Like either the love for the Azzurri or Francesco Totti. That's what makes you a Romanista. And uh, after, especially Siddharth, Ganesh, and I are much older than you, and we've seen that. I would say like an absolute golden generation of Italy talent, and wherein you would most likely either support Milan or Juve, for Del Piero, Buffon, or Inter. But yeah, in terms of supporting Roma, it is a choice that comes with a lot of I would say, like Ganesh mentioned, it's a roller coaster ride, a lot of downs and ups. But Ratul is in the house, so we have Chennai, Mumbai, Kerala, and Calcutta all covered over here. I'm going to put a question for Ratul that was asked by Aditya, and I have visual evidence of this. What set Hummels off? I will show that, which I have shared on Twitter as well. So just let me see this. Yeah, I hope the screen is visible.
Yeah, visible.
Yeah. So this is it. So this is what. So you can see Castellanos clearly kicked Hummels, and that was the response that drove him crazy. And luckily, thanks to VAR, it was caught, and the VAR referee, he basically communicated that it was Castellanos who had lashed out on Hummels, which is why Castellanos got a direct red for violent conduct. So I think that answers your question, Aditya. This is what really caused Hummels to kind of lose it, and it was so good to see Hummels, who is such a veteran, who has seen so many big games in his career, live up to the Derby della Capitale. Ratul, there was a time when you thought that he was gone in January under Ivan Juric. So,
Yeah,
from that perspective, how do you feel that this Derby win? How is it going to raise the morale? Because we still have a lot of places to catch up. Do you think that after this Derby win, we can finally be upwards and onwards in the table?
actually, it depends on the tenacity of the player because in in past we have seen that we have won the very good matches, but then again in the next matches we face defeat. If I remember that in UEFA Champions League we defeated Barcelona by 3-0, and I think in the next game we lost to Chievo by 3-0, if I'm correct. So I think we need to be consistent. Definitely, this is going to boost our morale, but consistency is the main thing. Actually, I think, this is where we lack. What I believe.
Mm, fair, fair, fair. How was it? Like, did you watch the game? And how was the morning like today after
Actually, what?
the
Yeah, actually,
Derby
what
win?
I did, like, today, I had office. So what I did yesterday, I mean today by only that at 2:30 I put an alarm. I wake up from sleep, little bit of sleep. Then again I saw the match, and then again I went to sleep, and it was a very good night's sleep.
So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is a struggle of every fan who watches La Liga and Serie A, because of the match timings. It is such, especially when you have like Sunday nights and Monday mornings, becomes very very difficult to um kind of like watch your favorite team play on a weekend. But I'll take some more comments, and uske baad mein we will just head into some more aspects of the Derby della Capitale. Streams of dreams. Lazio was sent packing out of the Olympico in coma by Roma. I wish we ought to put Como also in coma, man. हम्म, सिद्धार्थ, तेरे को तो ये मिलता ही रहेगा हर जगह पे बुलवरीन का. आई थिंक दैट इज समथिंग दैट नाउ you're used to. I, you know what? When Hellas Verona get relegated, we will have a special party. We should all wear formal dresses, black ties, coats, and come for the relegation party. Correct me if I'm wrong. I saw the little rat Guendouzi pushing Ranieri or someone else during the scuffle in injury time. I don't know whether it was Ranieri, but yeah, there was like there were scuffles. It's the Rome derby, scuffles are a part of it. But let me just share this one image, which now I think will be part of Roman folklore, which is Leo Paredes. this is this is epic. This is so epic. Oh my god. इसमें और भी है. I have a few other clips also. You can see which is happening here. This is Hummels basically. Guys, you know who this is, right?
I think Tade. It's Tade. Rodrigo Tade.
No, no. How is it Tadai?
No,
He is
no.
in a Lazio shirt. It's
Oh,
Hernanes.
okay.
Hernandez. Oh, he's gotten
Yeah.
poorer.
Yeah. वैसे भी वो गरीबों का रंदी फूड़ा दिखता था. इसमें तो और गरीब लग रहा है वो. देखना. इसका
Hernandez.
look at his bag. Oh man, Hernanes. What a clown. Yeah, that's the. Is this true? Do
This
you
I
guys
saw.
know? But is this true that he had put it, then he deleted it?
I don't think he put it.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
know.
I saw it somewhere else.
No, I
हाँ
think it
उसके
looks like
उसके
it was a Instagram story, right? Like,
yeah. But is this had he put it? Because I read somewhere that he had put it, then he deleted it, but there's no confirmation. Like when I checked his Instagram, it wasn't there. But
I
yeah,
think
I
this
mean,
picture makes sense.
oh man, oh this is the goal, which is Pellegrini's goal. Just look at the way that Dobbik and Dybala take out both Romagnoli and Hila. Just gives him that space. Romagnoli got the best view. Look at Romagnoli and Rovella also. Romagnoli got the best view of Pellegrini's goal here.
Romagnoli is such a waste, man. Like, his career is
Absolutely.
wasted.
इनफैक्ट मैं तो उसको हमेशा वो बोलता हूँ ही शुड गो एंड चेंज हिज लास्ट नेम मेक इट लाजियो नोली मैन यू आर एनीवेज यू आर affiliated to that club why do you want to put Roma in your name in fact you keep on reading the banners everywhere right like where Lazio fans keep on claiming that they are the first club of Rome they're the first club of Rome they don't have the city's colors nor do they have the city's name nor do they have the she wolf which is the entire myth around which the city of Rome the eternal city is built on how can you call yourself the first club of Rome and their argument is that Roma is a unification of multiple clubs so we were there first that's like the most obvious fact it's like saying ki, ha, the formula of water is H2O we know that bro but you know तुम पानी हो और हम लोग कोक है ठीक है तो वो है तो है इट इज एज सिंपल एज दैट यू कांट लाइक जस्ट टेक फैक्ट्स एंड देन ओ ब्रो वी आर डिफरेंट ऐसा नहीं है यार एंड इट ऑलवेज amazes me that in the stadium the kind of banter that we have with Lazio fans is second to none. I mean, you guys, all you have to do is just go a few months back at that Mancini with that flag, the rat Lazio logo. Man, it was so funny. So did you guys see ki, even after this game, Mancini had gone and he was celebrating with the Kurwa Sood, and someone almost gave him the flag and he went to take it and then he went back.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was funny because he had like given his jersey, his shorts and everything to the crowd, and he went up, he climbed up the Kurwa, and someone was going to give him that flag, then he didn't take it. But yeah, it would have been funny had he done it like twice in a row. But yeah, a few more comments. Satwik is like good to put a face to the name John. Ravi is talking about accents. Accents are fine, Ravi, man. What is wrong with you? How old are you? Like 18, 16. Castellanos has got no
Castellanos
shame.
got no shame. He's got tatty shame.
Yeah. अरे banter era क्या बोल रहा है यार wins and losses are part of the game and in fact ये जो reels है वो this reel the last one was also shared by the Italian ambassador to India who was based in Mumbai the former one So he had shared the reel which I put jo Marathi log jo dance kar rahe hain, Maharashtrian log.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good times or bad times, reels will keep on coming. Is there any coincidence that Roma's form directly coincides with Dybala's form? क्या लगता है?
It is linked, but it's also to do with how Dybala is being used. Like Roma's form suffered because Dybala wasn't getting playtime. He
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like during Ivan Juric situation only we saw him being out of the squad when he himself saying that I'm fit. Why am I out of the squad? And whenever he plays, he has that ability to create something. So that's the answer there. Where we lack in goals, he
yeah.
contributes.
Absolutely,
Ye-
absolutely.
Yes, yes, I do agree with that. But I was just wondering during Urich time, like so, I just came with multiple reports like there was some contract which he shouldn't play certain number of games to extend it, or he won't be able to be sold out, right? Is there
Yeah, I
something like
think
that? Say with some.
that was since De Rossi's time only. That's one of the reason why De Rossi got sacked. I think because Dina didn't want Dybala to play and stuff, and De Rossi
Yes.
wanted
Hmm.
to start him.
Right, and
Yeah, yeah,
also I could see it was continuing in Urich's time as well. But I also, adding to that, he wasn't contributing much. Even though he started few of the games, and it was so when uh, Dybala just started fitting into our, he just came into our club. He was so. Uh, he was the first. He was the fulcrum of our play. So he was able to move the game. He was able to score goals. He was able to assist. Uh, able to dribble past many players. I mean that was the a great thing which Roma had after long years since starting. Then like when his form dipped, so we actually suffered. And adding to that, Pellegrini was he was not in
yeah,
he was in a bad form, which actually affected our past two seasons, I would say.
yeah.
But now,
No,
yeah, at least we just got into we are just getting into shape, and thanks to Ranieri. So
absolutely, absolutely. I see a lot of synergy between Dybala and Dobbik as well, and I think that goes down to Ranieri and the training sessions that he's trying to create, like a partnership between the two. That now Dobbik is laying off, he's holding up the possession really well. Dybala is playing more through the middle, um, and you see his influence in a lot of goals and a lot of moves as well. But yeah, Polito was supposed to join us. I think he's got some technical difficulty. He's a Roma fan as well. Thank you, Nabil Bhai. Ratul, the next question, I really want you to answer this because another very underrated signing of the summer, and of course, when Alexis Salamakis came, he was injured. Pele, he got a very horrible tackle and that ruled him out. But then once he's come back, right? I think did he play at all under Juric? I think he missed the entire. He came when De Rossi was manager, got injured, then missed De Rossi sacking, missed the whole of the Ivan Juric era, and now he's back with Ranieri. And
Yeah.
do you see him cementing this right wing back role now in the system? And
Yes.
also his goal yesterday, man. I mean, a shout out to him. So yeah,
The the way he is playing, he is becoming important for Roma team because how a player will go. I mean, for long, you can understand from his first or two touches. When Salame had, played for Roma for the first time, by seeing him, I understood that he has the capability to do well and to fit well in this team. And the way now we all can see the way he is playing. He's scoring goals. He's creating chances, and he's a great asset for the team. I hope uh, Roma buy him for long.
yeah. After, do you want Tammy Abraham to come back to Roma, or do you think it's time that we actually let him stay in Milan, or probably let him go somewhere else?
Uh, I opt him to sell him to Premier League.
Yeah,
Maybe get something. 40 million or 12 million, somewhere between that price. Uh,
Wait, did you say 14 or 40 million?
40 million, 14,
What? 14. Okay. Yeah,
14,
14 is
14.
okay. Yeah, 14 is okay.
A,
40, I don't
a
think no
reasonable
Premier League
price.
club is. Even Premier League clubs aren't stupid enough to pay 40 million for Tammy Abraham. And
Yes,
Serie A clubs will
it's
not pay. I know. But yeah,
an
14
English
million, I
player,
think.
so
Yeah.
maybe they could.
Yeah. Like a West Ham and all, they can pay 14 million for him. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that money we can reinvest in Salamakers, because this is I really like the guy, especially last year in at Bologna. He was very underrated for Motta, because सब लोग है ना, Calafiori, Joshua Zirkzee, Lewis Ferguson, Orsolini की बात कर रहे थे, but Salamakers भी काफी सही था for them. He was also very, and Sid, if you remember, he scored that chip against
Chip
us
goal.
only. Yeah,
Yeah.
साला अपने अगेंस्ट ही गोल मारा वो. So,
I
for me,
hated
though,
him
he's
for that, and I was like, I hated it for that particular goal, and then he's signing for Roma as a swap deal. I'm like, okay, will he do the same thing for us? I was like in two minds, maybe he won't perform, but then seeing how he's been performing,
भाई अब तो उसको
good.
डार्बी गोल मिल गया. Now he's part of Roma folklore. I mean, I'm sure that whenever Yanga Mbiwa comes to Rome, he will not have to pay anywhere in any of the restaurants, because people still remember him for the Derby goal, man. I mean, what a freaking goal, and what a moment it was in that Rudy Garcia era. But yeah, I think I'll open this question to either one of you, Ganesh, Sid, Ratul, Afir. Leo Paredes, man, what a turnaround! Like, after Juric left, Ranieri came and almost like Hummels made him like the focal point of the midfield. And that obviously has also coincided with Brian Cristante's injury, or whatever it is. But Paredes has been such a linchpin, man, like really controlling the tempo of the game. And in this as well, like Aditya has mentioned, his shithousery was superb. And absolute super game once again for him in the middle of the park. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Paradise, please continue healthy, to stay healthy, and don't let Sir Brian Cristante into the team. So that's the only hope that I just have. Yeah, actually, yes, Paradise, he was already a Romanista
Yeah.
since he was at Rome, and he went to other clubs. And when he came back under De Rossi, we had a great hope on him that he would be able to replicate it. And of course, he had his moments in the previous season. First, when he joined under De Rossi, but something happened between the clubs, between the players, and nothing. His confidence went down, and now again he is getting back into the shape. And hope he continues and stay healthy. He is main part of a defensive mode, so he should be
Mm,
one of the starting player at least, along with
I think,
absolutely.
Kone.
yeah. Ganesh, please continue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ratul.
Yeah, if you remember that it was in Judicata that Paredes made a fatal mistake. I'm cannot recall the name of the opponent, but he made a fatal mistake in one of the game, and from which the opponent team scored. And from that
No, that
moment,
was under De Rossi, and
there,
that game was against
yeah, there,
Empoli. Empoli
Empoli,
at
yeah,
home. Yeah.
yes. Everyone thought that he is gone at that time. From there,
Yeah.
now he's playing great.
Yeah, and De Rossi substituted him, but then De Rossi being De Rossi will have restored him to the lineup had De Rossi continued. But under Juric, so it looked like Paredes was gone, Dybala was gone, Hummels was gone. So from there to kind of like it just shows the mentality of the player also, that he came back to earn his place back in the squad. And trust me, when Paredes wants to play, he becomes one of the best versions of a regista that you can find. It only is that it doesn't come very consistently, but let's hope for our sake that he continues from now until uh, the end of the season.
Ac-
The next,
Judy,
yeah,
actually, Judic is okay for mediocre teams like Torino, Lazio, not for Roma.
he's not even good enough for Southampton. The Southampton lost 5-0 at home, man. I mean, let's, yeah, I just want to say good riddance that it's over. It was a nightmare, and Hellas Verona का वो streak देख तू Hellas Verona lost to everybody and won against Roma. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to relive those last few months. But yeah, next comment is from Satvik, not a Roma or Lazio fan, but enjoy the game. Thought Lazio to come back strong in the second half, but apart from Nuno Tavares, no cutting edge from them. Roma won the game in the first 30 and then defended on adrenaline. उसमें defending की बात करें, and I really want to give a shout out to Evan Endika, man. Like, how massive was he, man? I think he defended every cross that was thrown into the box, and absolute beast. In my opinion, this was Endika's best performance in a Roma shirt. What do you guys think?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Indica
Coming
and
from the,
even
yeah,
our wing backs didn't commit errors like they used to, in this game.
yeah. So that is because we didn't have Zeki Chelik as a wing back. Number one, he was far away from the pitch, because if you see most of the errors, like, do you remember the Inter goal? Like, Inter were not trying to score, but Zeki Chelik just put it on a plate to Lautaro.
मार दो
मार भाई मार, तो एक मस्त ऐसा हाफ क्रिस्प हाफ वॉली मार टॉप कॉर्नर में. So I really think, man, I mean, it's if we get a good offer for Zeki Chelik, it is time to move on from him here. I mean, honestly, I've had it for him, and even Sir Brian Cristante. I think the time has come for him to leave. But yeah, some more
Cristante
comments.
isn't bringing
Yeah,
anything to the team. Like he's not bringing any attacking box to box run or from even half line to the box run. He's not making those. Like you need someone like that in a team who wants to defend, not attack. We are trying to attack and he
He
never
is
attacks.
he's just good enough to pass it backwards or sideways. That's all.
Some of his diagonal balls are good, but even that have dried up. Like I haven't
Eh,
seen him do a one long cross field pass
I would
in
say
knockout.
his long distance shot is good. Long,
that too,
you know,
that too, he scores against Premier League teams. I think it's time that we send him to the Premier League. And with Cristante, okay, the only thing that Cristante gave was that he was injury free for all these years. No injuries. Like, he would consistently start. He
Without
were always
running, you won't get injured. No, without running, you won't get injured.
The
and
people
it's
is to
so
compare
unlike Roma.
Cristante with De Rossi once and Pellegrini Totti.
Very far fetched comparisons.
yeah. Very, very, very far fetched. Very far fetched, man. Anyway, some more
No, I don't
comments,
think
two
there's a
goals.
player in Italy that compares to Totti right now.
Yeah, so no one in that from that generation. There's no one who can say who's the next Buffon or Nesta or Cannavaro
Yeah.
or Del Piero or Pirlo, Gattuso, De Rossi. No one. There is literally no one. I think that football has changed. I think I'm sure all of you will agree that those profile of players have gone and they've been replaced more or less by system players, by players, who are a little, I would say, more robotic and slave to the coaches system than what we had. But that's a different tangent. से तो मेरे को अपन है ना थोड़ा बूढ़े ये stream में, तो people will think that we are nostalgia merchants and we are singing praises of days gone by. But yeah, just moving to a few comments. Two goals, clean sheet, brawl, Dybala, Salamaga's link up, captain being a captain couldn't ask for a better match. So I think this is where Serie A loses out, right? Like, anyone who doesn't watch Serie A, this is the game that you introduce them. Like, this has got everything, man. It's got the choreography, it's got passion, it's got flares, it's got banter, it's got brawls. So yeah, I think this is the perfect game for anyone to get used to Serie A. And how good was Villar also yesterday, man?
That save on Gendouzi.
Oh, super save, super save.
And it
And
was a deflected shot.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, right, like the one of the main issues that I have with XG and all, ना उसमें दिखाता है कि यार इतना XG था, but that save, although it's got a low XG, right, but that save is so important as a keeper, is one of the most difficult saves you can make. A deflected shot that is probably heading into the top bin, and that reaction save. So XG wise, hardly point 1 to point 2 to whatever. It's a low XG, long range shot, it deflected. But when you watch the game, you're like, what a save as Swilar. And do you guys know? Did you see Swilar's Instagram story? He went back home and he was rewatching the whole game again. Like, what a beast.
And I've
No,
not
I
seen
didn't
him
know.
make one mistake for so long. Swillar, like I
Touch wood,
remember him
touch wood.
making crazy saves every game, and
Yeah.
I don't see him making a single error, even with his passing, leave alone with
Yeah,
his
touch wood.
shot saving.
Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. Just give him the freaking contract extension, man. I don't want, Manchester City are already flirting apparently with Swila. Nahi chahiye bhai, you know the kind of keepers that we've had after Allison, the likes of fucking Paul Lopez and
Not another Allison, please.
Patricia,
Rui Patricio. My God. And even the time that Mirante stepped up to be a backup, he was
Yeah.
oh man.
disastrous. Antonio Mirante. Oh man, but yeah, this is a good question from Polito. Either one of you can take it. Is it still wise to give Dybala a pivotal role in the transitional project given the injuries and the salary is meant to worth 7 million?
I'd say yes. I'd say yes for another couple of seasons because we can't find a replacement for Dybala. Even Sule isn't up for the job. We got in Sule as a
Yeah,
replacement, but we're seeing how it's going. Like young players
yeah,
can't step up to the pace where Dybala is.
yep, yep. What
Yeah.
about you guys? Ganesh,
Yes,
Afir, Ratul, do you keep Dybala? Do you move him on?
of course.
Keep,
Yeah, I
keep,
would
keep.
definitely keep him because uh, he is the only one of the guys who is connecting mid to attack, able to double pass defenders, and able to give proper crosses in some of the cases. And also, I was really surprised to take a volley, right-footed volley goal.
Yeah,
It was huge
against
improvement
Milan.
as part of Dybala.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, at least he is, he's getting slowly getting his confidence back, and it is getting into the team. Obviously, like that should be he should be pivotal, and it will help us to get into the at least top six in this season.
Hmm.
I think after Totti
Fair.
and there was, if there is any Roma icon, then it has to be Dybala. To be honest.
Hmm. I would also put a case for Edin Dzeko, Ratul, because even Edin Dzeko has
Yeah,
been
getting
a
Jack
great
also.
servant. But I understand, like in terms of superstardom, like Dybala
Superstar.
is that. And I on my Twitter timeline, I see so many UA fans, especially after the last two games against Milan and Lazio. Now, they so want Dybala back, and they're like, oh, Dybala will fit so well in our system, Thiago Motta system, which he will, I'm sure. Uh, More than Blahovic, I think Dybala would be more suited to him. But hey, he's one of us now. I don't think so.
But
He's gonna
but
come back.
but the same Juve fans used to tell that Dybala is injury prone. He will not get success in Roma.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
they
yeah. That's also true.
want him back.
That's also true. But these are some hardcore Dybala fans also. Who probably were against his sale when Juve didn't offer him a contract. But yeah, I mean, this is one thing is for sure. When Dybala turns up, we look like a Champions League team, and when he doesn't turn up, or if he's not on the pitch, we look like a proper Conference League team only, or a Europa League team at best. Atreya Chow Chow. This is another question that I want to ask you all because uh, on the Calcio Churcha stream, um, this rumor was there, right? Davide Fratesi, um, you know, could probably move. But there are two things to this. Ek to realistically, it's not going to happen because Inter want money. We do not have money. And Inter would want 30-40 million, which is probably Premier League level affordable. We can't pay this money for him. But hypothetically, chalo, tum logo, if you feel that Fratesi was available to join, considering his past and he had a chance to come back from Sassuolo to Roma. He chose to join Inter. Would you take him back? That is one. On a personal level, what do you think of Fratesi? And do you think right now he will fit in this system?
Yes, we can take him back. We can trade him with him for Brian Cristante.
Trade him for Brian Cristante. I was
Yeah,
gonna say we take him back, but then I thought, what will happen of Pisilli?
yeah.
I'm like, Pisilli is just coming up, and I don't want that like a player coming in and then he again dropping deeper on the bench. Doesn't make sense because our midfield is just getting sorted.
Fair. What about
Good
you
point.
guys, Ratul, Afir? Thoughts on
Yeah, I think
Fratesi?
we may take, but not by sacrificing Pellegrini or Pisilli. Uh,
Hmm.
if I remember that in the Nations League, Fratesi played well, but I think Pellegrini and Nicolo Pisani is more closer to us. So I don't want to sacrifice them for Fratesi.
Fair. Afir, Fratesi, yes or no?
It depends on how we chose to use him. When he's proven quite useful scoring goals for Italy.
Yeah.
Uh, if Pellegrini decides to leave, then I think he must be a good choice for us.
Fair, fair.
Uh,
I still stand to the opinion that he could have come back to us when earlier from his Sassuolo days, and he didn't choose to come back. So
Mm.
I
And
don't
there
want.
were
I
there
don't
were
want.
links of Fratesi with Lazio also, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, because he started first at the Lazio academy, then the Roma
Hmm.
academy signed him, and the Lazio academy let him go. Then he burst onto the scene. Under 19, under 20, May he really became quite good, and that's when Roma let him out to Sassuolo. And like Afin mentioned, he scored a crazy amount of goals for Spalletti and Italy. And at Inter, obviously, he doesn't get the first team because he's not good enough for Inter's first team. So my point is that right now, with if Pellegrini leaves, then of course there's a case of someone like Fratesi coming in. But in this crowd that we have of Paredes, Manukone, Pisilli, Pellegrini, and even Cristante, because I don't think any club will come and buy him. Where do we fit in Fratesi, right? Hypothetically, realistically, the hone nahi wala hai because Inter will never let him go for a cut price, and we don't have the money to pay. So I think Aditya, he will probably move to the Premier League only. I don't think so. He's going to come to Roma.
I don't think he'll move also because it's his chance for a silverware in Italy. I don't think he's gonna move in from Inter this season at least.
That's also a fair point because Spalletti will call him up anyway. He is scoring goals for fun for
Yeah.
Italy. So even if he doesn't play, Spalletti will call him up. So yeah, he could probably stay at Inter. But only thing is he will probably move in the summer then after that. All right. Kostup in the house. Dybala Dobic pairing is finally firing. And I think this goes down to a lot of training ground work by Ranieri and his team, man. I mean, I loved the fact that Dobic was holding up the ball so well yesterday. सोफा स्कोर ये लाइव स्कोर रेटिंग्स में दिखेगा कि डॉबिक हैज गॉट 6.4 6.5 but if you see the game he did so much more. The way that he laid off the ball for the first goal, and the way that he held up the ball so many times, and he's carrying an injury, so that's also there. My only thing is that he doesn't use his right foot. He's so one-footed. That's my only complaint. But Artem Dobic, boys, finally the big money signing in the summer. um, Although he's not had a very Edin Dzeko like season, the first season, where he was a hit or a miss. What do you make of him so far?
He still needs time. I think he's done well for the time he's had. He scored quite a few goals and quite a few good goals also. Like I remember his
Hmm.
left-footed diagonal strike that he scored. Plus, there are moments in his game where you think like he's the proper striker, like he's the target man for the crosses and everything. But there were times that the crosses weren't coming in, so you can't blame him also for scoring fewer goals. And right now, you see with Angelino crossing the ball, Salamakis crossing the ball. So he'll have plenty more chances to score, and I'm sure he'll get in those goals.
Fair. That is also partly because none of our fullbacks would cross, like from the right hand side,
Yeah.
especially. So
राइट हैंड का तो मैं
we,
नाम ही नहीं लिया ना, Salamakis और Angelino.
uh, Uh, what do you make of the Jeko comparisons, Ganesh Ratul? Do you think that it's fair to kind of, because Jeko is a whole different profile of a striker, and Dobic obviously has got that tag of being the La Liga top scorer, and his goals have not been of that magnitude what he did in La Liga last year. Obviously, different league, different country, and he needs time to adjust. But what do you make of his time so far?
Uh, yeah, actually, as you said, though he being last season top scorer in La Liga, actually he started off pretty well once when he came to Roma. So, and I would say, from my personal opinion, he is still not at Zeko's level. Technically he is still lagging there, but I think the more he plays with Dybala and Pellegrini, he will slowly grow under them, and also under the right coach and under the right the gameplay, he will be slowly improving, and he has a great left foot, and I agree to the fact that his right foot is so bad, and he doesn't want to take a right foot shot at all.
Doesn't want to take
That's,
it. That is what
yeah,
pisses me off.
yes. He is so close to the goal, and unfortunately, that was his right foot, and he decided to wait for the ball, and he loses the ball sometimes, and some the defender clears it. But comparing him with Jacko is so early right now. But I hope that he comes to that level.
Mm, fair, 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 fair. All right,
Jacko is
Arun.
something at different level. You know,
Absolutely, man.
he is so classic and awesome. But once he went to the Inter, right? So we started missing Jacko. Actually, they just hold up play. Actually,
I would still take Jacko or Tammy Abraham even now.
yes,
Even
yes,
prime
yes.
Tammy Abraham, I would take current 38-year-old Edin Dzeko over prime Tammy Abraham. Honestly, man.
Okay.
And it was sad that the manner in which we let him go. And ठीक है, I mean, we can't do anything about it now. But speaking of Inter, we have an Interista in the chat. We have Arun Dybala and typical Arun pot shots. Uh, Red card, was it a bit too much, bro? He needs to get a 3 match ban. It's a bit too less, I
अरे
think, in my opinion.
नाम गलत लिख दिया इसने.
हाँ वही. Taddy. uh, all right, he doesn't want Arun obviously doesn't want Cristante for Inter, but yeah, Aditya has put some transfer rumors of Milan, Aslani, but yeah, this is a Roma stream, man. We're pretty much keeping things to the Derby della Capitale and Roma related stuff in this stream. But your parting thoughts, guys. We'll close the stream. Um, where do you see this Derby win now finally take us? And if you could gaze into the crystal ball, how do you see Roma's season panning out from January 6th till the end of the season in 2025? Where do we finish in the league? Do you think we can go far in either of the cup competitions? Let me know your thoughts. Starting with you, Ganesh. What do you think? How do you think Roma are going to fare from now until the end of the season?
Mm. Yeah. This is a really important win. Stepping into the first match of the year, and being a derby win, this is going to be a great moral boost for us, and we need to continue this form into the upcoming games, and also this chemistry between Dybala, Pellegrini, Taubik. So this is going to be a great. I hope that this really helps us to in the upcoming games, and winning the next few games, it will be a great you know sp- springboard for us. It will really help us to gain the confidence back into both cup matches as well as the Europa League matches. So I
So
am
where do
so
you think?
positive about this match.
So where do you think, Ganesh, we're going to finish end of the season?
Yeah,
Position,
at
which
least
position?
in the fifth or sixth. That's what I feel.
Hmm, fair.
I mean,
And
being so positively,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
have great hopes that we will go get into the
Be
Champions League spot, but
be an
at
eternal
least in fifth,
optimist, and
sixth.
that's the least we can do, man. We are
Yeah,
fans
yeah.
of the
Don't
club
have
of the
to
eternal city.
disappoint ourselves again.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. That's the chakravi of being a Roma fan, man. It is tiring. It is a roller coaster ride, but yeah, there's no harm in being an eternal optimist. So fifth or sixth is what you're saying, and what do you think realistically? How far can we go in the cup or in the Europa League?
Cup, I would say we can aim for get into the finals at least. Probably we haven't won the cup competition, so
Yeah,
in very long year. So
yeah,
probably it is our time we can concentrate that and as the first priority. That will be a great boost for us. We won the Conference League and we went very close to the Europa League
yeah.
finals and been there. Next, I think it will be great if we at least win the Super Cup. I mean, Italian
The Coppa
Super Cup,
Italia. Yeah,
yeah, Coppa Italia, and yeah, and in the Europa League, I would say qualify for semi-finals at least. Semi-finals. If we lose there, it is fine. But yeah, we can try to go in as long as possible, and let's get at least the Coppa Italia.
fair, fair. Siddharth, what do you think? Where will Roma finish in Serie A, and how do you see us doing in the cup competitions?
Serie A, I'm a little pessimistic because right now the goal difference between us and the top six, goal difference, I'm saying point difference is quite vast. And to cover that up
Hmm.
is going to be a task. The month of January could be a good passage for us in terms of the teams we play. Like we are facing Bologna up next, who are missing one of the key players. Pobega is suspended for the game against Roma. So there's a chance that where we can get the 3 points. It's a away game, and then Genoa at home, and so things can happen in this month. But the way I'm seeing the April fixtures, I'm seeing it very tough if we are in multiple competitions and we are also fighting for a Serie A table position. So, being Ranieri's third stint, I would want to see him lift a cup with us
Yeah,
and a Coppa Italia Cup, and the 10th cup would be a cherry on top for the current season. Like
yeah,
it would salvage our season. Like Europa
true.
League, I also don't know how it will work for us because the fixtures will be very fast paced.
Yeah,
Coppa Italia is something that will be in 1 month, then next month one match. So it can still be managed. So if that is one of the targets, then Coppa Italia could be our saving grace.
fair, fair. Same question to you, Afir.
Yeah, this derby result was so uplifting. So I think we should use this momentum to push ourselves more further. Uh, I'm expecting us to finish in the seventh or sixth in league, and I agree with you all here. Uh, we should really focus on Coppa Italia. It's been so long we won a Coppa Italia. So I think we should push it for more. For
Fair.
Europa, I don't
Europa.
I don't think we can make a break in Europa. I don't really think we can.
Fair, fair. Ratul, same question to you. Serie A,
It,
Copa, and Europa League.
Yeah, so I think it's time for some bragging right, uh, and for the city, and it is all depending upon their consistency and mentality and tenacity. Finally, after a long time, that Roma is back on the track under Ranieri, and we should go all out for the Europa League. That was pending. I still remember when Anthony Taylor, that guy snatched the trophy from us, and it's still very heartening. So I think Roma should go for this trophy and also for Coppa Italia, and also just to add one extra thing, that we should not forget about that our women's team, they are really doing a great. They are
Yes,
doing.
yes. Shout out. We just won the Super Cup against Fiorentina women. So 3-1. We
Yeah,
beat the Fiorentina women. So Dai Roma, Dai Ragazzi. The women also are doing very well.
yeah, and Giacinti is she
Oh,
has become a
Valentina,
legend. Yeah,
Giacinti, there is the most stupidest decision that Milan ever made is letting go of Valentina, man. Like what a, it's like letting go of the Cristiano Ronaldo of Italy women.
had a lot of perform Anna Maria Centurini and Bartoli too,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah, yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah, yeah, yeah. True, true. In fact, Ratul, you won't believe that Sid was there when we were watching the Europa League final together. We did not watch the you know uh, penalty shootout. At least I was just facing the wall because I knew somewhere that we're not going to win this. And in that same game, when Dybala scored, I think that has to be one of the best moments of our collective, Roma verse in India. The way that we all celebrated, but then, yeah, I mean, we did watch the Conference League win also. So the Europa League win would have been a very sweet addition to a core memory. But nevertheless, I hope your words come true and we do a deep run in the Champions League, in the Europa League, and get back to the Champions League is what I was trying to say. Arun is like, yeah, this is a you didn't get the joke. It's a Derby Della Capitale joke. तू जाके प्रिपेयर करना तेरा है ना आज डार्बी डेला मैडोनिना सुपर कप and since Arun has jinxed us that there's no quality to win the Copa, we might just win the Copa. Golden words of Arun. You never know. But yeah, all fun and banter aside, it's going to be a good game between the Milan sides tonight. But last few questions, Aditya is like, so this is something which has also bewildered me because we signed Lafay for a very high price, came in very highly recommended by Florent Gisolfi, and to be fair, he's got all the attributes, for a top number eight, in our system. Do you What do you think? Like, do you still want to keep Lafay because he's had his injury troubles that has niggled him a bit? Do you still keep him and give him that time and space to adjust to a new league and probably we'll see the best of him? Or do you think that if we get a good offer, we move him on right now?
See,
Any one of
Ranieri
you?
spoke about this. Ranieri spoke about how Pellegrini came to him and how he expressed a desire to play in the derby and stuff. Like Lefay, if he had that in him and he wanted to play and Ranieri saw that, he would have played by now.
Hmm,
If he's not getting starts, even though he's fit, then I don't think he's right for the project for now.
hmm,
And to keep him till the summer and hoping the new manager will incorporate him, that doesn't work mostly. He'll just waste out his remaining months.
hmm. Fair. Anyone, Ganesh, what do you make? Do you keep Lafay or if you feel if we get a good offer, we move him on?
Yeah, first and foremost, we can have him as a squad rotation player, and, as Siddharth mentioned, right? So, first of all, he needs to get some playing time to get his form back, and we can use him in Opa matches probably to give some rest for Pellegrini, and also improve his form, and then sell him off for some good price.
Hmm. Fair. In my opinion, I think we should keep him because I still feel that he's a quality midfielder. I feel that if we kind of just allow him to settle down a bit, he will give his best. Um, if I had to choose between one, which is Cristante and Lafay, I think it's time to bid our Sir Brian Cristante a goodbye from Roma and keep Lafay, because I think he will do well, especially considering the number of games that we have coming up. God forbid if there is an injury in midfield, he can step up and play that role that say a Manu Kone or someone is playing. So I still feel give him that time, and I see that I keep on watching the training videos. I see that he's trying to give his best, and I'm sure that Ranieri will give him his chance. That's just my opinion, and I hope that he stays there. Um, Football multiverse. Thanks so much, man. We are a few Romanisti. हम लोग उतने लोग नहीं हैं, but the goal is to keep content coming and spread knowledge about this fantastic football club and this league in general, Serie, that we are part of. Italian football also needs its due flowers, and which is why we're doing this. But yeah, just closing the stream by getting a few reactions from all you guys from last night's win. Actually, let's start with this, which is the most amazing thing that has just happened recently. Is that the I think it's in the yeah, isme hai. Just a second. It's in the Italian. Yeah, there it is. So that's the woman lifting the Super Cup. So our women's team have won the Super Cup against Fiorentina. Another piece of silverware, and Manu Giuliano, Il Capitano. Love this one. Love this. But yeah, this is what I wanted to finally end the stream with some of the images from last night. Man, Gianluca Mancini, man. Everyone hates him, and everyone wishes that you had a character like him in their team, especially when it comes to shithousery moments like this. What an iconic image. Always does
Some
something.
people used to complain that Mancini has that kind of attitude. I mean, a bad attitude. I think Mancini should have that kind of attitude. And
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, and I still remember, when he first got into Roma's team.
Mhm.
I just pray him, finish the game with just one yellow card. Whenever he plays, it is sure that he has got a yellow card added to him.
Yeah, guarantee yellow card.
Yeah,
after a long
but
after a
yeah,
long
Mourinho, he just groomed him so well that he
Yeah.
is where he is right now. It's because of him, and he should
Yeah.
continue that.
after a long
I
time
think
we give
the
someone like Gattuso who has that same kind of attitude. If I'm not wrong.
Fair, fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. More like Materazzi and Gattuso, but Materazzi had a shithousery thing about him, and his idol is Materazzi, which is why he wears number 23. But Sid, you were saying something.
Yeah, I think the best moment I've seen from Mancini has to be the Moisekin red card, bro. That was like the limit. He got into that guy's nose, and that kid had no idea what was happening to him.
Yeah. Classic, old school Italian defending, man. What an image. This is Dybala basically telling that he's got 5 Scudetti with UA, none for the. I think this was towards Guendouzi. उनका तो चलते ही रहता है. Look at Hummels in
Yeah.
the background. Look at Hummels, the way he comes. He's just dancing and coming. He's just enjoying his Derby della Capitale, man. This is also quite iconic. Lorenzo Pellegrini with the Curva. This man almost looks like Adriano Galliani.
Uh, he is holding the rat flag, right?
No, he's not holding the red flag. Yeah, someone was trying to give it to him, but yeah, yeah, I think this time they must have had some instructions that don't do all the shit housery. But yeah, Manu Kone with the corner flag, Roma corner flag is just iconic now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I think
already
he
got a yellow
already
card for
had
that.
a celebration with the
Yeah,
father.
yeah, 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 yeah. Good to see him smile. Swilar with the ultras, and yeah, the Argentinian duo. This was amazing. You have Zalewski over there, most likely leaving. At least, chalo, he's leaving with after Derby win.
And
Hummels,
ironically, he's not wearing the Roma colors, huh?
who?
Zalewski.
Ari, he's wearing the substitute
He's
bib.
wearing the
Na, that is why.
training. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like everyone is in red, so that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
irony of it. Na? If he's leaving, then he's a odd one out.
yeah, yeah. Probably, yeah. But yeah, I think overall, what a night, man! What a night. We live for nights like this, and Derby wins are extra special, and this feeling can only be described if you live it. There's no other way to describe this feeling. It is something of ecstasy and joy all mixed together. But yeah, boys, thank you so much for stepping in and doing this. And hopefully, we'll celebrate more Roma wins from January till the end of the season. And if Ganesh and if Ratul proves correct, if there's a chance that we're competing for silverware, then wow. I mean, personally, the realist in me doesn't see Roma winning any silverware this year. But if we can, upset the odds, nothing like it, man. Right? For everyone watching, thank you so much. We'll be back with more content soon. Like, share, subscribe, support करते रहना and subscribe करना channel को. And जैसे you had football multiverse saying that he found this channel last week and we're talking about Roma. So keep on sharing with your football friends. Yes, we do exist. Roma fans exist. Italian football fans exist. We are there, and the idea is to get more content out towards you. All right, boys. Sempre Forza Roma. Until next time. It's good
Good
night.
night all.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, guys.